Today we are taking a deep dive into the 2026 Nissan Rogue, a model that arrives with a sharper identity, more refinement, and a level of technology that tries to push the compact SUV class forward. This script walks viewers through the full experience of seeing, touching, and driving the latest Rogue, laying everything out the way a real-world review would unfold on a YouTube channel. No headings, no brackets, just a clean flowing narrative for a full-length review. The video opens with the Rogue rolling into the frame on a quiet road at sunrise, its updated front fascia catching the light. The 2026 model continues the Rogue's design language but modernizes it with slimmer lights, a cleaner grille, and a body that looks just a little more athletic than before. Viewers get a slow pan across the front end, showing the crisp LED signature and the darkened lower intake that gives it a more serious look. The lines along the hood have been sharpened for a stronger presence, and the side profile carries subtle sculpting that adds dimension without trying too hard. The Rogue has always been a familiar sight on the road, but this version clearly aims to elevate that familiarity into something more premium and expressive. Moving to the rear, the taillights feature a more futuristic light pattern and the tailgate has smoother surfacing. Nissan has tightened up the stance, giving the rear bumper a sturdier appearance that fits well with the compact SUV class. The camera glides down to the wheels, which range from practical designs on the lower trims to more aggressive multi-spoke alloys on the higher models. Throughout the exterior tour, the Rogue gives off a clear message that Nissan wants the lineup to look more upscale while staying approachable for everyday buyers. The design is not polarizing or extreme, but it feels refined and considered, a step in the right direction for a model competing in one of the most crowded segments on the market. The video transitions to the interior where the biggest leap for the 2026 Rogue becomes immediately apparent. Nissan has been steadily improving its cabin design over the past few years, and this new model might be its strongest effort yet. The camera enters the cabin and the first thing viewers notice is the more open layout, created by slimmer dash contours and a cleaner flow across the front. The materials have improved significantly. Soft touch surfaces cover most of the places your hands naturally fall, and the stitching along the dash and doors adds visual warmth. The seats remain one of the Rogue's strengths, and for 2026 they receive subtle updates that make them even more comfortable for long commutes or family road trips. Nissan's zero-gravity design continues to shine here, offering a level of support rare in this category. The centerpiece of the cockpit is the updated digital setup. The fully digital instrument cluster brings crisp graphics and customizable layouts. The new center display is larger and faster than before, with improved touch responsiveness and a more intuitive layout for navigation, audio, vehicle settings, and smartphone integration. Nissan's infotainment system has sometimes lagged behind competitors, but in this model it catches up with cleaner menus, wireless connectivity, and voice command improvements that actually feel usable. The camera zooms in as the reviewer taps through the system effortlessly, demonstrating animation smoothness and the depth of available features. Moving further into the cabin, the video highlights the center console, which has been redesigned for more storage and easier access to essentials. The gear selector sits lower and the armrest space has been improved. Cup holders and small item compartments are placed thoughtfully. The reviewer opens the glove box and door pockets to show just how much practicality Nissan squeezed into the design. The door panels receive new trim textures, and the audio system available on upper trims gets upgraded tuning for clearer and fuller sound. Rear seat comfort remains one of the Rogue's strongest selling points. The seats slide and recline, offering flexibility for both passengers and cargo needs. Legroom is generous for a compact SUV, and the large windows maintain an open-airy feel. The video shows a 6-foot-tall passenger settling in comfortably with room to spare. USB ports, air vents, and smart storage features make the second row more convenient for families. When the camera moves to the cargo area, it highlights the adjustable load floor and the wide opening that makes loading bulky items easier. One of the Rogue's signature features has always been its clever storage solutions, and the 2026 model keeps that tradition alive while refining the materials and durability of the cargo layout. With the driving portion of the review, the camera jumps to rolling scenery as the reviewer describes the performance upgrades for 2026. The Rogue continues with a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine that balances efficiency with usable power. Nissan has tuned the engine to deliver smoother acceleration, particularly at low speeds, and the updated programming for the continuously variable transmission helps reduce the rubber band feel that some drivers complained about in previous years. On the road, the Rogue feels quieter thanks to improved sound insulation and retuned suspension components. The reviewer places the camera on the dashboard to give a sense of cabin quietness while cruising at moderate speeds. Wind noise is minimal, tire noise is controlled, and the ride absorbs bumps with more refinement than before. Handling remains predictable and secure rather than sporty. The Rogue aims for comfort and confidence, not aggressive cornering. Steering is light and suitable for city driving, while lane keeping and adaptive cruise systems contribute to stress-free highway travel. Nissan continues to push its driver assist suite, and in the 2026 model the system feels more polished, with smoother lane centering and more natural braking behavior during adaptive cruise operation. The reviewer demonstrates these systems in a safe environment, showing how they activate and how they help reduce driver fatigue. Fuel economy remains one of the Rogue's key benefits. Because this is a forward-looking model year review, the script presents the expected economy figures as slightly improved over the previous generation thanks to tuning and aerodynamic enhancements. Viewers see a quick on-screen animation showing typical mileage ranges for city and highway use along with real-world impressions from the test drive. Finally, the script shifts to pricing. The narrator explains that the 2026 Rogue continues to offer multiple trims aimed at different types of drivers. The base trim remains accessible, offering essential features at a reasonable price point, while the mid-level trims add more comfort, technology, and styling upgrades. The top trims offer the full suite of driver assistance systems, premium audio, the best interior materials, and the most refined driving experience in the lineup. The pricing structure stays competitive compared with other compact SUVs, making the Rogue a solid value proposition whether viewers are first-time buyers, downsizing from a larger SUV, or looking for a family-friendly option that blends practicality, comfort, and technology. As the video comes to an end, the Rogue is shown driving off through a scenic hillside road at golden hour. The narrator sums up the review by noting that the 2026 Rogue is not an SUV trying to break the mold. Instead, it is a model that focuses on doing the everyday essentials really well. It brings a more refined interior, a smoother drive, a more polished exterior, and technology that feels modern enough to compete in a crowded field. The closing shot captures the Rogue parked at an overlook, emphasizing that this SUV remains a dependable choice for drivers who want comfort, practicality, and a touch of style without stretching their budget or sacrificing everyday usability. If you want any adjustments to tone, length, or styling for your channel, I can revise it.